All right, so this is sort of a choose-your-own-adventure type story. There's two options, and we get a big choice at the end. So, both of the two stories begin with the ground shaking. Begins with a terrible, loud noise. Begins with buildings falling. Some people even are hurt. Some people even die. And there, in the midst of rubble, a great cry erupts. The kind of cry that comes from the very depth of your belly, the kind of cry that comes from the tips of your toes and comes through your entire body. This cry comes out, and it says, "Help us." And this is where there's two versions of that story. See, in one version of the story, that cry comes out from the depths of the belly and the tips of the toes. That cry comes out, "Help us." And in one version of the story, the rest of the people, surrounding communities, the entire world remains asleep. They can't hear that cry. So deep is their sleep that even though this cry is so loud, they cycle on what they thought was important before that cry. They cycle on what they thought was important in the lives that they had been leaving. And nothing is different. Nothing is done. But luckily, there's another version of that story. And it begins the same. In that other version of the story, the ground shakes and there's a terrible noise as buildings fall. And in that version of the story, still, people are hurt, some badly hurt. But in that version of the story, the people are not asleep. And when that cry emanates from the depths of people's bellies, from the tips of their toes, when that loud cry comes out, "Help us," people's eyes are wide open. They are awake. And they hear that cry, and they do what they can. And this is the moment when we all get to decide. Many of you have heard of the earthquake that happened in Haiti, and for the next many weeks, we will be raising money. And so we invite all of you, especially, if you want, set up a lemonade stand, have a garage sale, whatever you want to do, because there is so much that we can do. Raising money is one little thing that we can do. And when we gather for our stories, we will be accepting that money and we will send it at the end of the month. But even more than raising money, there's lots of other things that we can do. If you guys pray, you can hold all those people who are hurting in prayer. If you guys meditate, you can hold them in meditation, thinking of the best for them. And if you don't do either of those two things, it is still really big to just think about them. Think about all those people who are hurting and hope the best for them. There is so much we can do when really bad stuff happens. All right. So I invite you to rise. You guys can go off to the atrium and meet your teachers for the day.